This show is proud to partner with TrueTechTools.com. You can save 8% off many of the items at their site by using the Shop Talk discount code. Hello and welcome back to the HVAC Shop Talk podcast. I am your lovable host, Zach Ciota. It's good to see all of you guys out there, all 7 of you live here in the middle of the day. And I want to greet all of you, all 7 of you, and say good day to you. If you are able to chat, you may chat. Let me know where you're at, what you're doing. You can always call into this show. That's right. You can call into the show and talk to me. That'll also work. I have some stuff I'm going to talk about here today, some fun stuff to keep you entertained while you're sweating it up out there. I should have brought up what the weather was across the country because it is starting to be very muggy again here in North Carolina. The temperature is hot, and I can actually look on my phone while I'm talking to you, and it's very muggy. The humidity is extremely high here. In HVAC talk, the heat, the enthalpy is high, but no one cares about that in the weather. And the wives don't care either. They don't care, and they don't want you to talk about it. And if you do talk about it like that, they just want you to leave the room, which sometimes maybe you want. No, there is a thunderstorm in my area, looks like, and the temperature high for today on this Monday is 85 degrees. The low is 72. It doesn't say the humidity, but I know it's high because I can feel it. It's like walking through soup outside. Clint says it is raining in Dallas. It's raining in Dallas. Jessica says, hey. I say, hey, Jessica. Hey, do I do like a members only chat or something like that? It's just members so far away. Hey, well, that's fine with me. Hey, if everybody that commented was a member, I'd be so rich, and I would be able to buy nicer stuff. Man, that'd be cool. Why don't you guys do that? I'll stop buying Ryobi. Just kidding. I'll never stop buying Ryobi or Bauer. That's just how I am. That's what I love to do, man. I love stuff. I love the underdog. The underdog, man, because that's me. I am the underdog, so that's what I like. I like the underdog stuff. I didn't see a national picture as far as the weather. I don't really have that. I have a local thing from our local station. I zoom out, and definitely over there where Clint's at is some action. As I zoom back in over in Dallas, it looks like there are some heavy thunderstorms between the Dallas-Fort Worth and Tyler, Texas area of I-20. Down in Waco, Texas, the Koreshes are getting rained on because there is a strong line of thunderstorms coming through that area as well, guys. And if you are working, and I'm just going to kind of look up through here. I got my phone down here. I wish I would have thought about it. I would have tied it into the screen here. Clint says it's flooding. There is some massive thunderstorms. If you are in, looks like Louisiana, north of Lake Charles and Beaumont, which is, I don't know if that's Texas, but, and right around Mansfield and Leesville, a little bit west of Leesville, there is a line of thunderstorms coming that's going to blow your socks off. And over in Alexandria, Louisiana, there's a lot of thunderstorms there as well. And this is a lot of action out there today. We had some, dude, we were coming back from New Bern, North Carolina, which is about an hour and a half north and east of where I live. And we got into some rumblers. I mean, they were big time. They were rolling the car, all the ladies in the car, including the dog, because that's what we were doing. We were picking up the dog from the dog place where they hold the dog while you leave because we were going to Greenville. And lightning and a lot of rain, and the ladies were scared. So it looks a lot better up here today. Down there in Charlestown, they're getting some thunderstorms there in South Carolina. But up in North Carolina, ever since this morning, we had some stinkers this morning. I got up at 5:30 to take my daughter to ROTC Raiders practice, which is like, you know how there's like Army Rangers and Navy SEALs? Well, the high school equivalent to that, which is, it's the best translation I got for you, is the ROTC Raiders, and she's on the Raiders team, which my son was on last year, but now he's graduated. and she has to go out there at 6 a.m. So we left. We got up 5:30, or I got up at 5:30. I'm ready by 5:37. That's how men are. We're ready to roll. She got up at 4:30, and but she's since taken a nap. I just kind of stay up and I go to work. Went out there, and then she has cross country practice as well at 7 a.m. Then I'll go pick her up at like 8 a.m. and head back to the house. But yeah, there's a lot of rain coming through here in the last couple days, and I see all over the country. It looks like there's a lot of storms up near Boston, up in Boston, Massachusetts. It's offensive, and I'm sorry. Cultural appropriation. Canada, you're getting some rain today. That's a broad thing, isn't it? All of Canada, it's raining. It's raining on you guys. So, it is the middle of the day. Basically because this is the time when I had to do this, and I wanted to make sure I did it whenever I could. And I know that more of you probably are going to be able to watch in the evening, but I want to make sure of something too. Let me see. Let me make sure my my correct microphone is working. I have some doubts, but I think it actually is. I think it's actually working now that I think about it. So if I sound weird to you guys, you can always say, "Hey man, you sound off," or something is wrong. But I tell you what, I think I sound just fine. But it kind of flips me out because sometimes it says the exact name of the microphone on this little computer program, and other times it says default. And when I see default, I become scared. So much so that I'm going to, yeah, it is a bit quiet. That's what I'm saying. Let me fix this real quick. This won't take but a second, guys. All right, let me see if I can jack it up a little bit. Jack it up a little bit more. Jack it up a little bit more, and I think we're about there. All right. That should be a little bit better out there, guys. I'm going to jack it up some more. Jack it up all the way to the top. Okay, it should be a little bit better right now. It should sound nice and wonderful and crisp and everything like that. And, yeah, okay. And if it sounds like weird or nasally or like the microphone's not on, you guys let me know. Because it is a paranoia that I've always had. I've been doing this for so long. Live streaming for 7 years. 7 years. Is that right? 7 years, and it's just been one of those things, you know. It's always have muted microphone or some crap like that. So whatever. All right, let me check my little chat screen and see if y'all are coming through on there. Nope, not working. Just like I thought. I didn't think that thing was going to work. All right, so what I was going to talk about today, and I had some kind of a funny thing to show you guys. I think it's kind of a trip. I'm going to bring it up here on my little screen. I was looking at like Google reviews of companies, and I thought it would be kind of fun to just take a look at a few of my favorites that I could find. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a few of my favorites here. We have top 5, if you will, not in an order of worst to best or anything like that, but these are the ones that really stopped me because a lot of them are not even the company's fault. They're not the company's fault at all. So let's start with number 1, the complaint. If I could 0 stars, I would. And I'll try to sound like a homeowner's writing, you know, their voice they're using while writing. I'm going to try to sound like that. Let me start over. Make sure I'm doing a good job of that. If I could 0 stars, I would. It was the owner that serviced us. That sounds questionable. His name was, and I blotted that out, and he has no idea what he's doing. Amateur at best. Absolutely worst waste of money we have ever spent. Went and fixed the problem with our AC unit, and then a week later, it's completely back to not working again. He refused to come out and even look at what the problem might be. Completely overcharged us on freeze-on and terrible customer services. Refuses to do anything or even come back to look at what needs to be done without being paid. This guy wants to get paid? What a jerk. Extremely disrespectful when speaking with me, and my wife and I will never use his, quote, service, which was trash to begin with, ever again. Stay away from him at all costs unless you enjoy wasting money. Nobody does, right? Does anyone out there enjoy wasting money? I don't think anyone really does. I've checked around, and I don't think anyone enjoys wasting money. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think anyone does. And I just want to put that out there. Okay, so here's the response. This is the best right here. This is the best part, the response from the company. All right, so the response is, "Hi, blank. I believe you have our company mixed up with another company by the same name in the North Carolina area. If you're still needing help, we'd be happy to talk." I think it's hilarious because it's like a whole different company. The guy's just like going off and ranting, and it's not even the right company. Google. Why is the review still there? You know what I'm saying? Why is the review up? That's hilarious. All right. Number 2, complaint. Waste of money. I was told an amount and now they're trying to charge me double. Way different amount the guy told me. He didn't even told me, and let me say that this didn't say told, it said toll, like Toll for all of these. It said toll on all of them. So I had to change a few, but I missed one. He didn't even told me the info the lady gave me now. They're just taking advantage of customers. And that's what it says. And the response is, thanks for reaching out to us. Unfortunately, a diagnostic fee paid during the service call in December does not cover another service call in July. We hope you can get your system cooling again. Best of luck. I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. Okay. All right, here's the next complaint. These reviews all read the same. Lots of one review accounts. What does that tell you? Oh, and they wanted to come out and charge me a diagnostic fee when I told them exactly what I needed over the phone? Response. We are sorry that you did not choose to use our service. We pride ourselves on exceeding customers' expectations. We are sorry that you did not grant us the opportunity. The fee is the cost to get our fully stocked trucks and experienced technicians to your door, not just the cost of a diagnostic. But I think that's a legit thing that a lot of people don't understand, that just because you charge a service fee, they think they're just getting their money out of the customers. But no, they got to have that service fee to pay for all that company crap that they have to get, all the insurance, all the tools, all the stuff like that. And it's something like, I don't know, the people that believe that when Walmart buys something for $5, they need to sell it for $5. It's the kind of common sense that is lacking in our world today. That's what I'll call it. It's a lack of common sense. Okay, so let's keep on going. Going down a little bit more. Number 4. Came out to change a capacitor on my AC unit. There was a $109 diagnostic charge. That was fine, as I understand there's a charge due, then to come out to a job. What I did not understand is that the diagnostic charge does not roll into the repair. I was charged another $195 to change the capacitor, a $30 part on the internet, for a total of $324. That was excessive at best. Won't be using you again. The response. We are so sorry that you are not satisfied with your service. A member of our management team will be reaching out to you today to discuss further. Please also remember that all of our repairs come with a 1-year warranty. So, although I agree with part of this on the company's part, $324 does seem like a lot of money. I don't know how much you guys charge for run capacitors, but $324, that's a lot. That's more than I ever charged. So there may be some work to do on both sides. All right, the complaint. I don't think I had a response with this one. I had this company come out and look at my heat pump. The unit was still under warranty, but even after asking about the warranty, the tech brushed it off as if it didn't exist. He gave me a quote on adding Freon as well, or Freezone as it's known. After reviewing the information on the unit, he told me it would be almost 3 times the going rate. I didn't know of any of this until after he left, and I looked up both of my warranty and called another company for Freon replacement cost. He used all of this as part of an argument to replace the entire unit with a new system. Mine is only 4 years old. Salesman. I was very unhappy with the work performed. It felt more like I had a pushy salesman come out than a technician. That is because you did have a pushy salesman come out instead of a technician. It was definitely an awful pushy salesman. I can't think of a reason why a 4-year-old unit would need to be replaced completely unless there was a really horrible problem. I mean, like, there must be a super ultra horrible problem going on with that unit. And there are problems. I mean, I know compressor burnouts that have multiple issues throughout a system. That can sort of justify that. And the issue is that you can't replace all the stuff that's affected under warranty because technically it doesn't meet the threshold of being changed. Although if you leave it there, it's going to cause a problem. So is it either going to cost a ton of money or you're going to have to replace a system like it's talking about. So that's what we're talking about. Though that was my not top 5, but just 5 complaints. I love to read those things because they're hilarious. It's like I should get the ones about the licensees that they get their licenses taken away that are in the news each month. Those are the best. Like, guy performed commercial job without license and stuff, tried to switch out 10 package units and glued them to the roof or something like that. It's just, they're hilarious. But all right, I'm gonna take a little break and we'll come back and we'll do some more fun middle of the day stuff, guys. We were talking about Company Cam, and here they are, the only app every contractor needs. You snap pictures, you're saved in a company feed. Your whole company is plugged in and know what's going on each job site. The boss man knows what his guys are doing. The guys know what each other are doing. You don't have project managers disconnected from their crews. Everybody's put together. You can store the photos. You sync them. You can share them. You cover your butt. And you stay plugged into each other. And it works with Jobber. So there's two sponsors right here that work together to help make your company a better company and give you back some of your life so you can spend time with your family, your friends, your dog, your gerbil, whatever. CompanyCam.com, GetJobber.com/Shop Talk. Jobber, you can use the link GetJobber.com/Shop Talk to get a special discount on their services. And just take a look at this. This is a Jobber website for those of you who are looking here. And so just take a look at this. We have the different features of Jobber. We have a client manager, scheduling and dispatching, invoicing and follow-ups, a mobile app, online booking, client hub, customer communications, job forms, reporting, credit card processing, email and postcard marketing, quoting, and follow-ups. They do a lot of stuff for your company, and they actually work with another sponsor of this show, Company Cam, which we'll talk about in just a second. For people in business, you give up so much of your time that you could be spending with your family, with your friends, or just having a good time or decompressing is taken up by all of these tasks which go back to your business. Jobber helps take some of that burden off of your shoulders. If you're a business owner, if you're an aspiring business owner, investigate this. If you're in business, check it out. GetJobber.com/Shop Talk. We have a new sponsor at HVAC Shop Talk, Beckett. A lot of you guys know Beckett from their condensate pumps. They do make a mean condensate pump. We just did a video on those as well. There'll be more on that going forward. We're going to test them a little bit. We're going to see how they perform with a high lift. And I just have a few tests I'd like to run just in general to see how condensate pumps react. But Beckett makes more than just condensate pumps. Overflow safety switches, submersible parts washer pumps. I've never even heard of that. Condensate evaporator pans. But their condensate pumps have a wide range. They know what they're talking about. They make a quality pump. You can tell when you look at a condensate pump and you can see the features that are left off. You can see the build quality issues. You don't have that with Beckett. Beckett knows what they're doing. They make a quality product with you in mind. You can find out more at Beckett. That's BECKETTUS.com/product-category/condensate-pumps. That is a mouthful right there. We'll put a link in the description because there's no way that you remembered that. All right, we're back, guys. You can call into this show if you want to. My phone line is open. My mini phone line. That's right. There's one. There's one phone line if you want to call in. And I had some comments to go over too. But I'll wait to see if someone wants to call in. I know there's not a whole lot of people watching because it's the middle of the afternoon. And I just announced this 2 hours ago. But that's just the way it's going to be sometimes. You know, we got to do one in the middle of the day. It's how it is. And there's probably going to be a bunch of them in the middle of the day, maybe the morning as well. If you want to call while you're on a job, explain what you're doing. You want to talk about something that's happening in your life. Maybe there's something in your life you need to talk about. Maybe you need to talk about which one of your wrenches is the best. I don't care. As long as it's HVAC related in some way, shape, or form, I don't mind. You can call into the show. Otherwise, we're going to start talking about some comments that I got. We'll give it about a minute. Then we'll go into some comments because I have a few of them highlighted over here, which I think are some award-winning comments, I do believe. I'll tell you one thing, though. I got to check this thing real quick. And you may stop hearing me for just a moment, but I will be right back. Let's see. And I'm sorry if it's disappearing a little bit. I don't think it is. I think you're fine. All right. There we go. I just want to make sure we got the right microphone playing. If my mic just changed quite dramatically, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for the rest of the show. All right, let's see. Okay, well, let's go into the comments real quick then. So we're going to go over here. So the first comment I got is I use a firm sometimes. I honestly don't see anything wrong with it, to be honest. It's helpful. This is, oh, nope. We do have a phone call. Well, let me just stop what I was doing now. Let me see. You're on the air?
Howdy.
I can sort of hear you.
Is it bad?
Is it raining
Here,
or something?
Let me fix this. No, I'm standing next to a condenser.
Oh, that'll do it.
How about now?
Oh, that's a lot clearer, man.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Just trying to figure out what's going on with this air conditioner.
Let's do it. What's going on? What do we need to do here?
Oh, they say poor cooling. Doesn't cool very good.
Well, that's one of the main problems with an air conditioner.
It runs. It's 2 years old. It's a thermal zone.
Hey, thermal zone's just fine. They're like reams. They're fine.
Yeah, it's a ream.
It's a boxy ream.
It was full of cottonwood.
Oh yeah, that's y'all's problem up there. We don't have that here, but yeah, I've heard about it.
So I hosed her down, cleaned her off, and I think she's a little low. I'm guessing that was a spec house, 2 years old. I'm guessing they just broke the lines open and fired it up. Never added any.
Yeah, probably so. So it's just always been low.
Yeah, they said this doesn't cool good, and it's a little oversized. The 3 ton probably only needs 2.5 tons in this house.
We probably don't even need air conditioning.
I mean, we don't need air conditioning that much, really. But
so you just got there or something like that, or you just pulled up, or
I put a unit heater in this place this morning in the garage, and the guy's like, "Hey, do you want to take a look at my AC while you're here?"
It's like, no. Why would I want to do that?
I mean, I don't care. It's only 2:30.
This ain't my job. Oh wait, it is. That's right.
Oh, yeah, 2:30 where I live.
Yeah, well, it's only 3:30 here, so I mean, it's not that bad. You got plenty of time to fix this thing. All you gotta do is throw some gas in there, and bam, you're finished.
Yeah, I think that's all it needs. What is it, like not even 80 degrees today? I don't think it's been pretty mild.
Not even 80 degrees, man. That's nice. Well, it's only 85 here, but like the humidity is awful. It's awful here.
It's a little humid here, but it ain't that bad.
It's like,
but
no,
yeah,
that can't be the same.
I'm gonna have to grab a jug of refrigerant. I think 67 degree suction line temperature doesn't look very happy when it's only 75 degrees in the house.
67. That seems like that has high superheat.
It's what?
It's high superheat.
Oh yeah, it does have high superheat. It's got 15 degrees of superheat. Here, I'll give you the rundown. You can diagnose it on the air.
Let's do it.
Low side is 146 with a 15 degree superheat.
That's not bad.
High side is 297 with a 3 degree subcooling.
So it's got a TXV.
Yeah, TXV, yep.
Oh, okay. So that's not too bad. I mean, the TXV's got 3 degrees of subcooling, so I mean it's getting some subcooling, and the pressure's being regulated pretty well. 146, 15 degrees of superheat. That's not too bad.
Like I say, they say it struggles on hot days, so I'm guessing it just was never dialed in properly. You know, it works good most of the time. On a hot day, it just can't handle her because it's just a hair low.
That sounds exactly right. I think that's exactly what it is, because the subcooling is just a little bit low.
Yep. So I'm gonna grab a jug of 410 and juice her up a little bit, and then it'll be good.
Yeah, I think you're gonna look like a hero. This is a hero call right here, because it's just something someone forgot to do, and you just come in there and swoop in like you're some kind of genius and fix it real quick.
I don't know if they forgot to do it. I would guess that these spec house builders probably just don't do it.
Man, I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt there, man.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm too salty.
The heck with them, right? They need to learn some best practices.
Well, I don't know who did it because they didn't leave their sticker on it, but
I don't even want to know them.
I know it wasn't us.
Hey, man, that was your job from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever put a thermal zone in.
Hey, maybe it was me. I put it in thermal zone. It could have been me. That sounds like something I would do.
How many high efficiency gas furnaces have you put in?
Not a whole lot, but we have done some. But not a whole lot.
Yeah, I can't think of the last time I put in a non-high efficiency.
It's
probably 3 years.
I can't remember the last high efficiency. I'm having a hard time remembering, but I know there's some like 95% ones, 96%, those type. Done those.
Yeah, that's basically all we put in now is 96 and higher.
It's a lot of tubes and wires.
A lot of wires.
And some tubes. There's too many tubes with condensate. There's so many wires. All these pressure switches. What's that about?
I guess there's more. I don't know. It's what I'm used to. Like me, I gotta scratch my head if I ever go to a freaking heat pump because there ain't none around here.
Well, yeah. Well, heat pumps, they don't belong there, right?
I mean, there's more and more. They're trying to push it. And, well, we put a lot of. We're the biggest Mitsubishi dealer in the state of Wisconsin.
Are you serious?
What?
How big is your company?
Like 8 people.
Wait a second. There's 8
8
people.
Guys. Yeah. But we pretty much specialize in service and repair, so we get a lot of change outs and stuff. We do. In our company, we probably do less than 10 new houses a year.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. New houses suck, but only if you want to make money. That's the only reason you should avoid them if you like making money.
I'm too fat for these new houses anyway.
You're too fat for them. New houses are high up. Well, I'm speaking crawl space language here. Here, you go into a 100-year-old house. You got to go into crawl space. You got to get a thin person, or else you're going to have a very hard life.
Well, yes. I mean, we have all basements around here, but still, I don't want to hang ductwork all day. That ain't no fun.
No one does. I mean, no one chooses that. Yeah. That's a new guy. That's what a new guy does until it's time to be, what you actually want to be.
That's what I started off doing until I realized that I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no kidding. It doesn't take too long to figure out that ductwork is awful. I mean, you start hanging pieces of ductwork, and then you get into this big, you do one commercial job. The ductwork's like 100 pounds a piece on your end. It's like, I've had enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got to be the fabrication guy at our shop because I'm pretty much. I did commercial sheet metal and fabrication for quite a few years, so I'm not like the super duper expert, but I know the most about fabricating funky fittings and stuff out of anybody in the shop.
I like that. Fabricate funky fittings.
Well, I made some weird stuff before. I could probably still make a square round if I thought about it by hand.
The square rounds are tough. I tried to make one time. I've never been like a metal fabricator, but I tried to make one, and it took a lot of work, and it looked really bad.
Yeah, it's called a end cap with a takeoff on it.
Oh, that's a southern squared around. That's a southern squared around right there.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, but
no, I've seen that one. I can do that one.
Sometimes if it's like a 10-inch round and you got to get on an 8-inch duct and you just oval it out some.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do everywhere down here. You got like stock ductwork or like a by 10 duct. It's like 20 by 10. It said I'm just gonna put a 12 in this, but I'm gonna have to use a little bit of compression. And I remember there was this dude, this inspector guy one time. He's like, you know what? When you do that, you lower the square inches significantly. We're like, nuh-uh. And he's like, yeah, all right, take this bucket of water here. Now squeeze it. And then the water shot out the top. It's like, point taken. That's correct. Then we went and did it anyway because it was a Friday, man. It was a Friday. I mean, like the square inches aren't that much lower. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sand it. It'll work. It's like the snowmobile guy. Yeah, sand it.
That's what the high blower speed's for, to overcome a certain Friday decision. So what are you doing? All I hear, like when you call, you're like on the job. All I hear is a bunch of clanking noises. And
I'm
like
trying to be productive. I don't want to just stand around.
Oh, I respect that.
I'm standing next to a condenser, so that's the fan you're hearing.
I'm just curious what's going on because you hear like, hey, what's up, man? Clink, blink, blink.
Well, my phone is junk, so I still haven't got a new one. About 2 months ago, I was working on that international truck that I'm restoring, and I pulled the diff cover off, and it looked all funny in there. So I'm talking to my father-in-law, who's a mechanic. I'm laying under the truck on the phone, holding up to my ear, and whoop, slipped out of my hand right into the drain pan of differential fluid. And ever since then, it only works on the Bluetooth or on speakerphone. I can't talk regular.
What?
So you're on speakerphone. That's why it sounds bad.
So wait, like every time you call, is it on speakerphone?
Either that or my Bluetooth speaker.
Why don't you get a new phone?
My ear. Why? I've been intending to.
They got like the phone people like give away phones now. All you do is sign up and they give you like an iPhone 700.
So only $30 a month.
Only
whatever.
Hey, that's right. That's right. It's only $30. Hey, well, you just go to the track phone place and get one of them $50 phones.
Now, I live out, well, kind of like you, where we work is the big city. Not the big city. I mean, Eau Claire is only 65,000 people, but
Wow.
anytime we go out of in the country, you can't just have a track phone because you ain't going to have no reception. So I got Verizon just to have a good reception.
Well, they have a prepaid service too. You can get a bargain phone and use the Verizon. I don't remember what it's called, but it's prepaid.
My wife wants to switch to that Spectrum Mobile because we're finally, after 5.5 years of living in this house, we're getting internet today. Guy is supposed to be at our house today to hook up to real internet.
No kidding. So you could actually be on this show sometime and not be like a bunch of little squares that are slowly pixelating.
Yeah, we're going to have freaking fiber internet today.
Wow.
Unless something happens. My wife has called me already because she works at the school, so it's only a 5-minute drive home. So she went home, meet the guy at 11 o'clock. She called me at 1 o'clock. He's still not here.
Yeah, that's about right.
So I don't know. Should be hanging out a little while longer, I guess.
Sure, he's on the way. It'll be fine. I mean, he'll be there. So it's been a long time coming. You have like 1 million download speed or something.
It would be nice having any kind of download speed.
Yeah, or any kind of upload speed.
Or any kind of anything. I mean, sometimes you can't watch Netflix. Netflix is the easiest one. Amazon's worse. Some must take more internet than other ones. You can't watch. We had a Vudu for a while there at the old house.
Oh yeah.
And that worked great at our old house. This house, you would not even think about downloading a movie. You couldn't even watch it. We got rid of it and didn't even use it because it would not work at all.
It was like a Roku television app or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
Well, I don't have cable or satellite. I don't pay for TV. I got a 12-foot antenna on the roof of my house. I get 13 channels or something. That's good enough.
Yeah, these people at my house, they're not going for that. They're not going to be like, hey, man, we can watch 3 different ABCs from 3 different cities. They're like, negative. We're going to need 100 channels of which we like 1. Yeah.
No, I mean, you got 30 people living in your house, and I got 3 humans and 2 dogs.
Yeah. There's a lot of. Although my son did finally go away, so I mean, there's 1 less at least.
Yeah. Maybe soon enough that I can get mine out of there then too, huh? She's 9 already.
She's 9. It's gonna be a while. Yeah. It's
She went to her boyfriend's birthday party yesterday.
What the heck are you talking about, 9-year-old boyfriend? What are you saying? What now?
Oh, it's her little friend from school.
He's got to die.
He's good. He's good crap. Good kid.
You might have to beat him a little bit just to establish dominance.
Well, I look at it this way. I remember when I was a little kid, you had your little school boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. And I look at it this way. This kid's family, hard workers, they're dairy farmers. They go to church every Sunday. They're good people.
You ever met like the preacher's daughter before? She's like the worst of everybody.
Catholic, so that'd be really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a stereotypical like Baptist preacher's daughter is like the worst acting person. Like the biggest sinner of the bunch is the Baptist preacher's daughter. It's like an old thing. It's not necessarily true, but it could be. I mean,
I would guess there's about 0 Baptists in Western Wisconsin. Not a common religion around here.
What is it Catholics? Are there Catholics out there?
Catholics and Lutherans.
Well, Lutherans where I came from. We came from mountains of North Carolina and upstate New York, and it was Lutheran. That's wild, weird.
Yeah, most of them I'd say are Catholics and Lutherans, and whatever the newfangled hippie churches are.
Hippie churches.
I don't know what you call them. No offense. I appreciate people go to church. I'm glad they do. I'd rather see them go there than not at all. But I don't know what they are.
They're wizards.
You know them ones where I don't know. The new type churches.
I don't know. It's a little bit confusing and convoluted with a million different denominations. It's I don't know if we necessarily need every single one of those.
Well, I mean, there's going to eventually be so few people going to church, it'll just be one religion left anyway.
That's true. And then the sun's going to absorb the earth, so it's not going to matter.
Yeah. We'll be gone a long time before that happens.
That's what I'm saying. We'll be well off the earth by the time the sun absorbs it.
We'll be way well past deserving it anyway.
Hey, it's like no one's going to hell. It's coming to us.
Yes, pretty much.
Just be patient. Yeah, just be patient. Hey, man, you got that thing gassed up yet?
I did gas it up. I think I put too much in it.
Did you? Hey, you just let her ride for a couple minutes?
I didn't let it ride long enough because now I got 14 degrees of subcooling.
Like, what's the target? Maybe it's 11, and you're good.
It doesn't say on the side of this one, so I was just shooting for 10. I'm going to pretend it was 11 though, and 14 is within 3 of 10.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I think, if you're shooting for 10, you got 14, you got 4 in reserve in case there's a leak.
It's like that meme on the internet where the guys, slap this unit. This baby got all the subcoolings.
Yeah. It's like that 410A, man, she's a liquid. She'll get away from you. You open that thing, it's like, oh man, that's a couple pounds. I only wanted 4 ounces.
Well, I added over a pound. I put 1 pound 3 ounces in it, which probably is accounting for the slightly longer than 15 feet of line set, and also the probably unadjusted way high fan speed.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, man. Well, job well done, sir.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull my gauges off and tell the guy I threw a pound of juice in this thing.
Yep.
So.
High five them and say that'll be X amount of dollars, whatever your company does, and you'll be good to go.
I don't even know how much it is. I gotta look it up in the book. I don't know if I've had to. Well, every I don't know. I forget these things.
Hey, Google Freon and see what it's going for.
Freeze on.
Get some freeze on. What's it going for now? I don't know. Between $20 and $500. I don't know.
No, I think we're low, but I think we're only charging for 410. I think we're only like $65 a pound.
Who knows? People do it different ways, man. Sometimes it's like it's built into the cost of the whole thing, and sometimes it's separate. And I don't know.
Well, the way our normal thing is we charge it with $109.95 for the call,
mm-hmm.
and then we have a one-time Freon refrigerant adjustment charge. That's $92. So you charge that no matter how much we got to add or take out or what, and then it's like $65 a pound for 410. I think it's $200 a pound for 22.
Hey, does Freon adjustment charge, does that come from the book? Is that what the book says to call it?
That's what the book says. It says refrigerant adjustment charge, I think it is.
Okay. Well, yeah, that does make sense. Not Freon adjustment charge. That's our way of saying it. But yeah, that sounds like the book. That definitely sounds like the book, because the book always adds a little bit of, I don't know. It's like more official way to say something.
Yeah, that's the book.
Yeah,
for sure. If it was me, I'd just charge a little more for the refrigerant and not have that charge on it.
Well, you're the Freon induction agent, not service technician.
Here, I don't have low loss hoses. The minimus.
I like that. Hey, you didn't even have to tell us anything, but you did. But I appreciate that.
Hey, all I'm saying is, I had this guy. He quit, so he went to work at the Tech College as a helper or whatever, but in the classrooms. But he, when he first started, I told him that anytime you take your hoses off and you release that de minimis out of your hoses or whatever, you have to yell it really loud.
I like that. That's me. It's de minimis. That's me.
Yep. So
back
I
on
got
the truck.
a kick out of that one for
Yeah,
a while.
that's
he did
funny.
it for a week or two before everybody started laughing at him too loud.
You don't have to do that, man. Oh, what the? Yeah. You got to have a little bit of fun. I mean, people got to be able to tolerate a little bit of good fun.
Yep.
Yep. Agreed.
So,
yeah.
I'll finish this up, and I'll go back to listening to you talk here.
Okay. Well, I'm about to say this is the segue. It feels like a segue is happening.
And such.
Yeah. So you do your paperwork, and I'll take a break, and then you can listen to the rest of it. Sounds good.
All right,
dude. Later.
Right.
That's old Brandon. I didn't say his name. The first comment I got is, I use a firm sometimes. I honestly don't see anything wrong with it, to be honest. It's helpful. This is, oh, no. Hey, that's weird. We do have I was listening to myself. It was playing on the phone. I was like, where is that coming from? That's tripping me out. That's about to say. That was a little weird. Okay. So, all right, that was Brandon Brenny, which you don't call him Benny. That's not his name. I called him that for like a year. It's Brandon Brenny. He's a Midwesterner, as you can tell. You could tell the moment he started talking. He said, oh, okay, Wisconsin or something, Minnesota. It's one of those. So I'm going to take a little bit of break here, and we're going to come back for our final segment. Might read some comments. Might take your phone calls. If one of you wants to call in, you can always write down, I want to call in the chat so I know. But I don't care. You can do it either way. So I will be right back, dudes and dudettes. Now, EWC has been a partner of this show for the last 5 years, on and off, and they are the best forced air zoning company that I know of. EWC has quality products, their dampers, their control boards. They've been doing this stuff for a long time. They know what they're doing. Trey's been on the show before. It's been several years since Trey was on the show, but those are the type guys that they have working for them. Sharp guys. When you call their tech support, guess what? You talk to a human being, and that human being also knows his butt from a hole in the ground. And that is Southern talk for he knows what he's doing. They have all the things a contractor needs for forced air zoning. They have top-of-the-line zone panels, from zone panels that work with communicating systems all the way down to more basic panels for every application in every budget. EWC also carries thermostats. They have wireless thermostats, Wi-Fi thermostats, programmable, non-programmable, and everything you would expect a thermostat to be. And don't forget their app. EWC Controls has their own mobile app that's extremely helpful. And of course, you can find out more at ewccontrols.com or email info@ewccontrols.com. Let's take a look-see here and see what kind of new products are coming out from Yellow Jacket. You guys have seen me use pretty much all of these so far. The Y-Jack Mano wireless dual port manometer. Guys, been waiting for this thing for so long. You can have your differential static pressure to check your airflow on startup. It's just awesome, and their probes are so good. I enjoy using them so much. The Turbo Recover recovery machine, it recovered, as the kids would say, like butter. It was easy. Didn't have any overheating issues. It worked beautifully. It is a DC recovery machine, a brushless motor, cutting edge stuff, and Yellow Jacket makes sure that you have quality stuff every time. The Y-Jack charging and air kit, a charging and evac kit, all the stuff you need, great range, great quality. Just what you would expect from Yellow Jacket. So Navac's been a partner with this show for a long time as well. And the new break-free power tube expander, the NT11L, is now on the market. I have it in my hands here at the shop. I released a video on it. You can find out more there on the YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, please go do that. If you have any questions about this product, I'm here for you guys. If there's something you want to know, I will find out. I will test it, and I will let you know. I tried to find out several things about the product. We measure the piping size before and after the expansion. We time the expansion. It's a cool tool. I really enjoyed it, and they have a ton of great stuff coming out of Navac. Battery powered. I don't know if you caught that. I don't know if I said that. It's a battery powered tool that goes along with their battery powered flaring tool, battery powered vacuum pumps. As you can see, they are breaking free from cords. They're also taking things that were not powered and making them powered just to make your life easier. You can find out more at navacglobal.com. All right, guys, we're going to wrap things up, take a look at some comments here, and I think that we're going to call it a day here shortly. I hope you guys are enjoying the afternoon stream. I'll be doing more afternoon streams, and I just hope to catch you guys at work where you can listen. I know there's several of you listening that are not commenting because probably you're working on something, you have it playing. Just know that I enjoy sitting here with you while you work and keeping you company. You can always listen to this as a podcast later. If you catch it live, it's always fun because you can interact, but coming back as a podcast is sometimes the easiest way to do it, and I'll work on making this into a podcast as soon as the show is over. So it should take me within about 30 minutes to an hour, and I can transform it into a podcast and have it out there for you guys to listen to, especially you iPhone people, because it seems to go out there very quickly. So iPhone, got the podcast app. Android, guys, there's several apps you could use: Podcast Addict, Stitcher. There's a lot of Google Podcast, whatever you want to do. So let's take a look over there at the other screen again. And there were several comments that I had written down, but this one from Jake I think is pretty important. So we're going to read this one and finish with this. Jake Porter writes, I have had a hard time dealing with people in the past calling me expecting same-day service as a one-man company. I have never understood someone that just calls random contractors until they can find someone to get them the same day. I feel the same way, Jake. That's awful. That's awful, basically. To me, it is mind-boggling that someone would be that dumb to only value, I gotta go downward here, availability versus quality. It really does take a strong sense of entitlement to call companies at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. in the afternoon and still expect to have someone at your house before the close of business. You know what? He really puts it really well, and there's a tone here. It's, I don't know if it's just me, how I listen to it, or what Jake meant, but it's a little bit aggravated. And people will do this. They feel like you should be just running around, and you do cater to their needs somewhat because you have a company, but some of them are over the top with how quickly they expect you to be there. And he's addressing this here, and I experienced this as a company owner. This was very difficult because he's going to get into that right here. Let me keep reading here. This is Jake Porter. I'll continue. In the past, I would literally kill myself working 90 to 100 hours a week in the summer to try to meet that same day demand for all these new customers calling me. It's hard to get new customers, so when someone new does call, you want to retain them. However, I quickly realized that most of the customers calling and demanding same-day service don't care about you, bend over backwards to make their house the same day because they don't value quality. They only value same-day service and feel entitled to it as your customer. They honestly are too uneducated about their HVAC system to even know any better. Jake is ticked off. As a result of my findings over the years, 99% of the time when a new customer calls me and they start out the conversation that they must have same-day service for this reason, or they call late in the day and expect same-day service because that is what they feel they should get, I will immediately pass on the job. I just let them know that I am booked up and can't possibly make it happen that same day. I offer the next day or whatever day I might have free coming up. I don't care if I'm sitting at home twiddling my thumbs with nothing to do. I absolutely will not take those service calls. From experience, I have learned that I do not want those types of customers. Yes, it hurts the wallet passing on paying jobs, but I don't want that type of entitled customer on my books. That's a tough one, man, because I know exactly what Jake's talking about here, because there are people, and if they feel that way when it first starts, then they're going to continue to feel that way as time goes by, and nothing's going to change. And if you don't cut loose of them at the beginning, you may have problems in the future. By that same token, you may be in a position where you can't do it. You have to take every single living body that calls and try to make them into your customer, and that's understandable too. One of the things that I was joyful to do is when I was running a company and I got to the point where I did no longer have to go out to those service calls. And maybe I said it was because of the service area, I don't recall, but letting go of a few customers over the years was a pleasure. A real pleasure. And it's nice to be able to not have to subject yourself to that kind of treatment from customers, because the customer's always right is true and untrue at the same time. Some of them are out to lunch with how they perceive you should work and what they perceive they should pay. And going through that nonstop over and over again wears you down. And being worn down and having the money is not as good as being relaxed and having a little less money. So I'm with Jake. I think it's a smart thing, but you got to be in that spot as a company owner a few years down the road before you can really embrace that sort of thinking, because it won't happen early on. Take a look one more time at that comment. And no, he's exactly right. Sometimes one-day companies, I just want to get a little refresher real quick looking at it. One-man companies can't always go out same day. They just can't offer that service because it's not possible, because they are one-man companies. Now, you have larger companies that can shine in this area and sort of outdo one-man companies by having that availability all the time. You have that tech that's always on call. You have someone that can come out at 2 a.m. if you want to, just pay the money for it. One-man companies have to set boundaries, because if they don't set boundaries, you're going to get run over and run down real quick. And I know that from experience. I experienced being run down, reaching my breaking point. I still remember the day when I was I was done, man. I was done. It was just one call after another. And as soon as I got in, there was another call and it was far away. And I was run ragged. And then one of my kids was having a screaming episode at night that night. And I was just done. It's tough, but you got to draw the line, because you feel like you're cutting out your own legs financially, but you're not. You're saving yourself in the long run, because with a good head and a rested mind, you're going to go a lot farther than just trying to take every single living body. It's just not going to work out, I don't think. So that's our show for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you listen to it as a podcast, please leave a podcast review. If you're listening to this live, you can always comment. You can always live chat. You can put a like down. If you come in after the fact, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Also, if you enjoy the show, please take the time to leave a like. That tells YouTube that it's a show that should show other people, and I would really appreciate that if you enjoy the show. As always, you can call in whenever we have our call-in segments. I'll try to be back either tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'm going to try to do it as often as I can, so it might be during the day. So if I catch you at work and you got a free moment, feel free to call and talk about what you're doing, because that's what the show is going to be about. It's going to be about talking to you guys, seeing what you're up to, figuring out what the industry's doing wrong, right, and how you guys are living. Because like I like to say, the principles of what we do remain the same, but the people are different. So I want to know the people. I want to know you guys. Call in. Jason Hines, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. Jessica, Thomas, Clint, thank you for tuning in. And guys, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you on... Wait a second. Where's my button at? My button disappeared. Always got to disappear. Buttons always got to disappear, guys. I'll see you on the next one.